Hello friends, and welcome to another video from my series Quick Thoughts On, in which I always talk about different stories from the rich Star Trek universe. I have just seen the next episode of Star Trek Discovery. It was called Through the Valley of Shadows, and these are my honest opinions about it. And because it's a Discovery video, it's going to be short and relatively without any spoilers. This episode is really, and I mean really stupid. At the same time, it's really enjoyable. We learn a bunch of interesting things in this episode. The next red signal appears near the Klingon planet Boreth, where, as we know, the baby son of Vogue and L'Oreal was sent to live with the monks, because monks and baby boys go together perfectly. So Vogue nor L'Oreal want to go there, meaning that Pike is the one to volunteer, and he is welcomed by some strange creatures. I was first confused why there are Minbari from the Babylon 5 suddenly on the show, but then I realized that these creatures are supposed to be Klingons. Sorry, my bad. At this time I should expect that if something looks absolutely nothing like a Klingon, it is a Klingon. So one of the many things we get to know in this episode is the fact that the Klingons have time crystals. These time crystals are called time crystals, because the Discovery writers are 5-year-olds. So the Klingons have crystals which can help you manipulate time, but they never use it. They have never used it before in any of their wars, including last year's war with the Federation, and they will never use them later, so it makes perfect sense. And the crystals are magical, because the old Minbari-looking albino gentleman who welcomes Spike is actually the baby which was sent there a few months ago. Because this science fiction show's science is based on pixie dust and unicorn tears, the crystals do magical things. For example, they can selectively speed up time on people who the writers need to be older, and when you touch them, they will show you your future, because future is fixed and can't be changed, apparently, even though the last episode was about a woman trying to change the future. So Pike touches it, and he sees what happens to him. And we get to see the two best scenes in this episode. Of course, if you have seen the original series, you know what Pike's fate will be, but still, it was interesting to actually see it, and the melting face makeup is a huge improvement. I mean, it looks so much better than the makeup from 1966. Hooray, you've done something correctly, you deserve a cookie. Story B starts with something stupid. We are told that the Discovery crew was not able to delete the sphere data or move it, and if they would pursue Leland's ship, they would bring the data to him. Even though we spent the last episode with the Discovery crew moving the data to the Red Angel suit, and Leland copying a significant portion of it, more than 50%. Do they even watch the show? But you don't have the chance to think about it, because something really stupid happens again. A Section 31 ship does not report, because of course they are reporting each hour. So of course Michael and Spock are going to investigate it. I'm sorry, what is Michael's actual position on the ship? What is her rank? What are her responsibilities? In Season 1 she was just a specialist. What is she now? This is the end of Season 2 and I have no clue. They fly to the ship's coordinates and find a bunch of dead bodies flying in space. And one of them is still alive. And because they are stupid, they beam the guy on board. By the way, Spock scans him, and the scan is good enough to tell him that he is alive, but not tell him anything else. The guy behaves like he's the traitor the whole time, and what a surprise, he's a traitor. He's actually something between a liquid metal Terminator and the replicators from Stargate. What a surprise. Well, we at least see Spock saving Michael's ass. That's something I didn't expect. This Spock isn't as useless as he was in the episodes before, so that's another good thing. There is also a C story, but it's so stupid and absolutely pointless, it's not really worth talking about. It features the worst character we ever met on Discovery, Jet Reno, enough said. So, this episode is really stupid, so it wasn't a huge surprise to me that it was written by Bo and Erika. Absolutely every single thing they wrote for Discovery is stupid, so of course they were promoted to showrunners on the planned Section 31 show. This episode is not horrible, there are a bunch of really good scenes. Pike's storyline is really good, even though it makes no sense in the world of Star Trek. And the Spock and Michael storyline is... what's the correct word? Entertaining? Maybe entertaining would be the correct term. I definitely wouldn't call it good, but I enjoyed watching it. For those of you who care about me giving a numerical value to an episode, on my standard scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is complete garbage, 10 is a masterpiece, and 5 is just average, I would give this episode 6 out of 10. It's definitely above Discovery's average, and definitely better than last few episodes. And I must admit that I'm curious what will happen in the grand finale. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in a couple of days with a video about the next episode of the classic Star Trek show. So thanks and bye.